Hello Internet, hello Final Fantasy fans, I'm Jackie Fox, and today we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and I'm going to be showing you team building through the lens of building for the Padapili Sea Cave Hard mission, which is very difficult even when your characters are at level 50, because it's going to require, I think, all of the sigils and potentially at least most of the elements. All of the elemental weaknesses are represented though, so any element that you bring with you will find a home. But there are several bosses, as this is a crisis dungeon. There are 5 bosses of escalating difficulty, and the last one is a real pain. So let me show you what I'm running. And actually I think I want to change Saving Grace, but for Aerith I'm going to go with a Thunder Summon. I don't think it's resisted very often. And with Kiraga A from the Fairy Tale, I don't think she needs her healing limit burst. So now one of the things I'm going to try to do is line up all of these guys on the side so that I can get all of her S abilities, which are the 3 spheres over the side determined by her weapon. These will each give her a significant boost in her power. And I'm also thinking about the elements that I need. I need ice and fire for the dragons at the beginning. I need lightning, but Cloud kind of has that covered pretty well. And Ramu from her summon should have that covered pretty well, so I don't have to worry as much about that. In fact, I should worry more about Earth, which is the weakness of the final boss. But I also need to make sure that I have several different sigils represented as well. And one of those is going to bring me to Barret. So once again, trying to organize my stuff so that I can get the bonuses on the side, the S abilities activated. I'm also going with a single target limit break as soon as I get around to it. I'm going to move off of Blade Beam. I love it thematically, I love the idea of it, but in this game I don't think that AoE damage, at least for LBs, is as important, because you're very often going to find that you get it when it's going to be doing less damage than the other skill would have for you, even though in theory it should be doing more, even in fights with multiple enemies. But I do actually like AoE skills that you can just spam. That's a whole different story, because you also have an alternative in that slot. You don't always have to be using the AoE skill if you have it. So I'm looking for a sigil booster here, and I need to find specifically the triangle sigil. And I've missed it. I think it's the level 10 that's equipped to Barret. Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to be able to activate that. But now he can break those sigils very quickly, in addition to doing additional damage to the X sigil because of Braver. So now over here on Barret, Barret is going to be doing a lot of earth damage, and due to the heavy laser that I have him equipped, he can do bonus earth damage if I get his S abilities up. So I'm going to focus on that now, because I really want that bonus earth damage for the final boss of this area. Also really like Mind Blow as a breaker. When I trigger the limit burst combos, I'm going to try to Mind Blow first to get my breaks in instant speed before the other limit bursts or summons land, so that they will do additional damage based on those breaks. Very important in sequencing their limit breaks to get Barret's in first, since he is, in terms of limit breaks, the breaker. So now I just need basically an earth skill that is going to give me earth ability damage up 30%, which is again going to be very helpful for the final boss. So I can move the Quakera, I think, from Aerith, and then give her another magic skill that could activate her magic damage up S ability, which I believe is her 3rd. And what I have, nope, Thunderblow won't do it. Now I need to fix Aerith's so that she gets her magic attack ability up. Ooh, could this work? Lightning Breach would be helpful. Oh, it does work. Okay, so that's cool. That's going to allow us to do extra damage to the third and fourth boss, who are both weak to lightning. The third or fourth Motor Ball, depending which order you take them in, is also going to require Barret and the Energy Ray ability on the Heavy Laser, or whatever. I have equipped this main slot. No, the Heavy Hauser, so that's got to be like the, I don't know. So now, another thing, kind of one of the final things you can do, after seeing how your armor, because your armor is a big contributor to this, look at your R abilities and see what you're building towards, see what you have the kind of the most points into, and then try to stack your investments in single places and ones that will fit a character's build and what you want them to be doing. And as you can see, the scrap armor is an upgrade over the basic. But it does change the way that his build plays out as well. So the Max Ray and the Energy Laser are very important for this mission. They have a sigil that basically only it can get through. There probably are other ways of doing this and other characters that can do it, but so far Energy Laser, the Max Ray, and Barret are the only way I've found to get through that particular glyph. And I'm not really seeing a sub-weapon that I want to bring to this fight any more than I do the Heavy Hauser. Which is okay. Like, it's general damage, it's okay. It's just nothing special, and every slot is important in this fight because you have to bring a lot of elements and a lot of sigils. But since I have this earth damage, hopefully that's going to help me get through the final boss. Another thing I think I want to do, oh, I noticed. I see two changes I want to make in addition to maybe playing around with sub-equipment, but I don't think so. Because sub-equipment, as you can see, is one of the biggest contributors. 3 out of 6 slots contributing to your total R abilities are your sub-slot abilities. So usually the more unlocked and the higher level they are, the higher these abilities will be and the more they will have. So sorting your weapons by level is a good way to get the best of them at the top. And I'm just going to shuffle a couple of these around to maximize some qualities that I want in my particular Barret for this mission. We have a lot of physical defense, a lot of attack as well. And a lot of physical attack as well. So damage dealer, hopefully, and although physical damage dealer and Quakera is his way of dealing earth damage, so it's kind of unfortunate. But we don't have a Quake Blow yet, so that's kind of all I can do at the moment. I wish it were better, and you know, maybe after I get more characters at higher levels, because I really would like to have all the characters doing this at level 50. I also want to change Aerith's sub-equipment so that I get breaks. Although maybe I'm not doing that because of Mind Blow. But I definitely want to change Cloud's Limit Break to a single target one so I can deal more damage in most cases. Although I guess there is one boss battle that is primarily 2 opponents, but even then, you know, until after the first one goes down, it then becomes a single target boss fight again. So, you know, usually that's not the best. Saving Grace is a really cool skill for kind of a AoE. The heal isn't big, but it does give you basically protected shell for a number of seconds, depending on how upgraded you have this. But I really do like Night Bloom for having both offensive and defensive breaks for your single target, in addition to kind of shifting her over into more of a damage dealer role. And you'll see she's getting a lot of magic attack, a lot of heal, a lot of HP, even a bit of attack, but I need to fix that by shifting something around. So maybe some magic attack and water resist instead from the arc sword, maybe some more HP. HP it is. Keep our healer in the game. And with all of that, we've gotten our HP up quite a bit. This is going to be significantly higher than my cloud, I'm pretty sure, right away. And we've also got our magic attack up to above 1300. Come on, fix Blade Beam. Fix it. Yes! Finally doing it. Alright, there we go. So look at Cloud sub-equipment last, because I haven't done that yet. Kind of focus him into physical attack, as that is heavily what he's getting from his swords and from his garb as well. As you can see, level 4 physical attack, level 4 HP, that helps. Level 3 lightning potency, level 2 boost attack, so we could use some more of that. Magic defense, interesting, and Levitate Arcanum, which is going to raise lightning damage, 35%. Even though it's only at level 1, that's all it needs, it's done. It's a unique ability, so there aren't going to be any ways to stack that higher, and that's okay because it only has 1 level. But as you can see, the Beach Parasol is doing a lot here and bringing in a lot of magic defense, but also a lot of HP as well. So this is going to put more HP over... or no. This brings me more magic defense. No. Just helping to get people lined up with their ideal gear, as I was kind of skipping over things that were already equipped. I want to make sure that there's not something somebody else has equipped that I would rather have than something I have that might be ideal for them. Like the Apocalypse was on Aerith, and that was garbage on her as a sub-equipment, but it's great for him, because now I'm at level 5 physical attack. Haha. And that should bring my physical attack up quite high. It's probably above 1800 for him. So let's actually check out the dungeon. And in this dungeon you're going to see butterflies. The butterflies are going to give you a choice of items. Those items are going to be applicable to one of your next 2 boss fights. So this is one of the Crisis dungeons where you're going to be using items as you go through, which is just different than the other ones. I'm going to go with fire because I'm going to be dealing with the blue dragon, and I'm going to be dealing with the blue dragon second, so it's at its most powerful when I'm using my little cheat against it. So that means I'm going to go after the red dragon first by taking the back path. Get a random encounter on the way. I think these guys are weak to water, but even at higher levels of Crisis, they're pretty weak. And as you're seeing, neutral damage like Braver can take them down pretty quickly, so it's not even really worth slotting in water, because I think they're about the only thing that's weak to it, and the only place that it really becomes irrelevant in this whole dungeon, and they're easy enough to beat any other way. This is going to be our red dragon fight, which is going to require Blizzard, or Blizzard Blow. Did I have Blizzard Blow on Cloud? So we're just gonna wail on Red Dragon with that while everybody else beats him down. Aerith is gonna do breaking. Looks like this guy is immune to physical breaks, but we can break his magical resistances. Aerith is also doing great as a healer, and Barret is really taking a lot of the hate and tanking through a lot of stuff here, which is also meaning that he's going to be needing the most stimulants after this fight. Looks like Aerith hasn't really been targeted or hit at all yet. Let's see if we can finish it off with Thunderlance. I'm also curious how much damage Thunderlance is going to do. I don't think anything on this map resists it, but this certainly isn't the ideal place to be using it. Passable, decent, could have been better. Save my LBs for the next boss. I'm going to go with physical attack. I don't really want the downsides. I want to be able to endure, so breaking my defenses at any point just seems like a bad deal for me. And for this, I'm going to go with the supplement. I'm going to get, or the stimulant. I'm going to get plenty of supplements as it is, so I'd rather get a stimulant. Those are interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and use my fire cocktails. On my units with fire skills, that's going to be, well, not Aerith. It's like just Cloud so far. Cloud and Barret. And that's going to be a big help into the blue dragon, which is weak to fire. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with Mind Blow to break our defenses, as much of them as we can. Looks like maybe we couldn't break magic defense here, but we can break physical defense, which is great news for Cloud. It also means that Aerith doesn't have to go into debuffer mode, she can do more damage. Although, I think she's just got like a rune over there or something that she's using. But look, we are beating this guy down very quick. And he's gone. Barely took any damage there, that was good. Okay, we're off to a good start, but this dungeon can be brutal and unforgiving. One mistake can put you so far back. Going to go with the physical attack again. I am a more physical party. I wonder if you can walk down into that little pool there. I've never tried it. Okay, so there are two ways to go. There is a boss that's going to block the way up ahead. If you go to the left, up to the right, you're going to go past the butterflies first. Oops. I guess I wanted to get that. I don't know what happened. Mistap, I guess. Well, it got the bird. So for this next one, I think I highly encourage you to get Quake. Lightning is something that's easy enough to deal with. You can have lightning blow. Quake, your Earth is going to need all the help you can get. Also, this might be, for that reason, a good map to bring two mages on. Two mages and Barret. The requirements are getting pretty tough. Although I guess Barret isn't technically required, his sigils can be broken just by using abilities in attack mode. But that's going to happen very slowly, and it might put you at risk in this following fight. Which might kind of benefit you taking this fight third, or maybe even second. Doing one of the dragons later on in the run. But this one is weak to lightning, so we can use Thunder Lance here again. But I'm going to break the magic and defense, or the defense and spirit before going in. Also apparently breaking the lightning resistance as well, since magic or defense and spirit weren't a thing I could break. But it can break the lightning resistance, so bringing a lightning breach to this fight is actually helpful for this guy if you have it. I know that's a really rare materia to have your hands on at this point in the game, and maybe you chose fire breach or ice breach instead, but lightning breach does seem to be the only way to break defenses here. Go for more physical attack. Again, physical party. I'm trying to avoid the downsides. Go ahead and use my thunder cocktails. And give Barrett some of his HP back since he's been tanking and generating aggro like a boss. Alright, this fight is closing in on 100,000 recommended power, and you're being double teamed by 2 moth units. Twin moth units, I guess. These are also lightning breachable. See if I can get any other debuffs on them. A little bit of a misplay there. Should have thrown the Mind Blow first. You all know why if you've been watching this far. But actually it doesn't really matter. It wasn't actually a misplay because, like our previous boss, these guys are only weak to Lightning Breach. Lightning Breach will be the only way to break the defenses of both of these lightning weak bosses. There is no physical or magical defense down for either one. You can only do lightning resist down. Which is kind of fitting, as that is a Crisis Medal reward, so the better you are at Crisis Dungeons, the better you will be at this particular Crisis Dungeon. That leaves me with one final boss, weak to Earth. I'm going to go for some more physical attack because this guy is a menace. And then I'm going to use supplements to restore my maximum HP to full. Use potions to get everything topped off. Man, Barrett has a low max HP still. I mean, that's the difference between level 40 and level 50, I guess. Also, you can really see the impact of our abilities and stacking HP on Aerith. And despite all that, because of the physical defense, Barrett has still been able to tank despite having like half the HP of the rest of the team. He's still been an excellent tank, my dude. What a good guy. What a good guy. Build Barrett, my dudes. That's my lesson for this video. Also, take this big boy seriously. He will wreck your day. And you know what, since I have actually played this before I did the voiceover, I know he's about to wreck my day, so enjoy that. And I would like to say thank you for sticking in. Enjoy him just wrecking my ass. And if you liked it, like it, man. Hit the like button down there. It really helps. I don't know why, but channels that say this get more likes, because for some reason we have to tell you. I mean, it's just like every other platform in the world. You'd think it would be intuitive, likes, you would know that likes would help us, just like they do help your friend on Facebook who's trying to, I don't know, sell their car, whatever. It helps me get my face in front of more people. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out, and check that link in the description for more access to the rest of the Jackie Fox Media Empire. We've got books. Wow, we've got a triple KO. Rosie didn't like that. I didn't like that either, man. That was a quick game over. Podcasts and other videos, so check it out. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.